Hey everyone! Have you ever come across a story from the past so strange, so puzzling, that you couldn't stop thinking about it? Something that feels like it belongs in a locked room, a mystery with no answers, no clues, and no way out? Well, you're not alone. History is full of these kinds of unsolved mysteries, and today we're diving into some of the most baffling ones. From ancient wonders to lost civilizations and books that no one can read, we're going to explore moments in time that are still locked away, waiting for us to unlock their secrets. So, if you're as curious as I am about the parts of history that refuse to be explained, hit that play button and let's open some of these locked doors together. Pause for a beat. Ready to unlock history's greatest mysteries? Let's go. All right, let's start with something truly monumental, the Great Pyramids of Giza. These ancient wonders have stood the test of time, surviving for over 4,000 years. And yet, despite all that time, there's still one big question that no one can answer. How were they built? Now, you might think this is a simple question. After all, the ancient Egyptians were incredibly skilled, right? But here's the thing, the pyramids are massive. We're talking about stone blocks that weigh several tons, and they were stacked with such precision that they align almost perfectly with the cardinal directions. That's not something you just throw together with a couple of ropes and pulleys, is it? Even more mind-blowing is the fact that the Egyptians didn't have the advanced technology we have today. No cranes, no trucks, no power tools, and yet they managed to build structures that still awe us today with their scale and precision. So, how did they do it? Pause for a moment of reflection. Some experts believe the Egyptians must have had access to lost technologies we've yet to rediscover. Others suggest they had sophisticated techniques we still don't fully understand. Maybe even secret knowledge passed down through generations. Who knows? But whatever the case, the pyramids remain one of the greatest locked room mysteries in history. The answer could be right in front of us, or buried deep within the sands of time. Tone shifts slightly, emphasizing the mystery. And here's the kicker. Some people even believe there's something hidden inside the pyramids, undiscovered chambers, secret passages, or even knowledge that we've yet to uncover. So, every time someone claims to have figured out the pyramids, it only brings up more questions. Next up, we've got a book that's literally impossible to read. I'm talking about the Voynich manuscript, a strange and puzzling text that's been baffling historians, cryptographers, and scholars for centuries. The manuscript itself is beautiful, filled with mysterious illustrations of plants, astronomical charts, and bizarre otherworldly creatures. But here's the catch. No one knows what the words in the book mean. The language? Completely unknown. It's not like any script or code we've ever seen before. It doesn't match anything from ancient languages, modern languages, or even any cryptic ciphers. So, how do you explain a book that's been around for over 500 years and still no one can decipher it? Pause, adding suspense. Discovered in 1912 by a rare books dealer named Wilfred Voynich, this manuscript seems almost too bizarre to be real. Some experts think it's a hoax, created by someone trying to pull off the ultimate prank. Others believe it's an ancient cipher, holding secrets that could change everything we know about history. Imagine a book, filled with knowledge that has been locked away, just waiting for someone to crack the code. Tone intensifies, leaning into mystery. Some say it's a book of medicine, others think it's an astrological guide, and a few even suggest it's some kind of occult manuscript with lost secrets about alchemy or magic. But after all these years, no one has even come close to unlocking its true meaning. Why does this manuscript remain so elusive? Why does it continue to intrigue scholars, cryptographers, and conspiracy theorists alike? Perhaps the answer is hidden in plain sight, or perhaps it's a riddle designed to remain unsolved forever. Either way, the Voynich manuscript remains one of the most famous locked room mysteries in history, a secret that's still waiting to be uncovered. All right, let's take a journey back in time to the year 1587, when a group of English settlers established a colony on an island off the coast of what is now North Carolina. The colony was called Roanoke, and it was meant to be the first permanent English settlement in the New World. But what happened next is one of history's greatest unsolved mysteries. Tone shifts to a more mysterious building suspense. 3 years later, a supply ship returned to the colony after a long voyage, and what they found was nothing short of chilling. There were no settlers, no signs of life, nothing. The only clue left behind? The word Croatoan carved into a wooden post. Pause for effect. Now, here's where things get wild. Where did they go? Did they just pack up and leave? Were they attacked by Native American tribes? Or is there a more sinister explanation? Some believe the settlers might have moved to an island nearby known as Croatoan, but no concrete evidence has ever been found. And why would they leave everything behind without a trace? Tone deepens. Over the years, there have been countless theories, from the settlers being attacked by hostile tribes to the idea that they simply integrated with local Native American groups. But the fact remains, no one knows what happened to the lost colony of Roanoke. It's like a locked room from history, a door closed tight, with only a single word as the key to an unsolved riddle. Suspenseful pause. Some people believe there's more to the story, secret diaries, hidden treasures, or perhaps even a cover-up. But after over 400 years, the question still lingers. Where did they go? Next, let's talk about a discovery that rewrote what we thought we knew about ancient technology. In 1901, a group of divers stumbled upon a shipwreck off the coast of the Greek island Antikythera, and what they found wasn't just gold and jewelry. It was a mechanical puzzle, unlike anything the world had ever seen. Pause for effect, build suspense. What they uncovered was the Antikythera mechanism, an ancient device that some have called the world's first analog computer. It's a gear system made up of over 30 bronze gears, meticulously crafted to track the movements of the stars and planets. And this wasn't just a random invention. It was complex, detailed, and incredibly advanced. So advanced, in fact, that modern scientists only figured out how it worked in the last century. Tone intensifies with awe. Now, here's the kicker. The Antikythera mechanism is believed to be from around the 1st century BCE, meaning it was created over 2,000 years ago. Yet it contained technology that seemed to be centuries ahead of its time, far beyond what we believed was possible in ancient Greece. It could predict astronomical events like eclipses, the positions of the planets, and even track the Olympic Games. Shift to curiosity, adding more mystery. So how could the ancient Greeks, who didn't have the technology we take for granted today, create such a sophisticated device? Some experts believe the Antikythera mechanism was part of a much broader, lost knowledge of ancient science, technology, and engineering. But here's the real mystery. Why did this knowledge get lost? Why didn't we see other devices like this from ancient civilizations? Was it a one-time fluke, or could there have been other advanced technologies hidden in history, just waiting to be rediscovered? Pause. Let the mystery sink in. The Antikythera mechanism is a reminder that ancient civilizations may have known far more than we give them credit for. And just like that, it's become another locked room mystery, a door to a hidden world of knowledge that we're still trying to open. Imagine this. You're in Strasbourg, France, in the summer of 1518, and suddenly, something truly bizarre starts to happen. A woman named Mrs. Trophea steps out into the street, begins to dance, and keeps dancing for hours. Sounds strange, right? But it doesn't end there. Pause for suspense. Over the next few days, more and more people join her. What starts as a strange individual act spirals into something much more terrifying. By the end of that summer, as many as 400 people were dancing uncontrollably, and they couldn't stop. Not for a few hours, not even for a day. These people danced for weeks. Some reportedly danced until they collapsed from exhaustion. Some even died from heart attacks or strokes. Tone deepens, adding mystery. And here's the real kicker. No one could explain why it was happening. It wasn't a ritual, it wasn't a celebration, and it definitely wasn't a coordinated performance. These people were compelled to dance, and they couldn't stop. Medical experts at the time were baffled, and the local authorities had no idea what to do. Some even thought the dancing was a form of possession, or that the dancers were cursed. Pause, intensify curiosity. So what caused this strange outbreak? Some historians have suggested it could have been ergot poisoning, which comes from a fungus that grows on rye. This fungus contains a chemical that can cause hallucinations, muscle spasms, and even the sensation of burning, which might explain the uncontrollable movements. But if this was the cause, why did it affect so many people in the same town, at the same time? Shift tone slightly, more reflective. Other theories suggest it was a case of mass hysteria, a psychological phenomenon where groups of people experience the same symptoms due to stress, fear, or social pressure. Whatever the cause, the dancing plague of 1518 remains one of history's most bizarre and eerie mysteries. Was it a mass psychosis, a poisoning, or something we still don't understand? We may never know for sure. Pause for reflection. The dancing plague reminds us that sometimes history can be even stranger than fiction. It's a locked room mystery from the past that continues to make us wonder, what was going on in that town, and how could something so inexplicable happen in the middle of Europe centuries ago? Now, let's journey to ancient China, to the tomb of a man who changed the course of history, Qin Shi Huang, the first emperor of China. Qin Shi Huang is famous for unifying China, building the Great Wall, and even commissioning the famous Terracotta Army. But here's the real mystery. No one has ever fully explored his tomb. Pause, building intrigue. In 1974, farmers digging a well near his tomb uncovered a massive army of life-sized terracotta soldiers, each one unique, standing guard over the emperor's final resting place. It was one of the greatest archaeological finds of the 20th century, but this discovery only scratches the surface of the mystery. Tone deepens with awe. Qin Shi Huang's tomb, located near the ancient capital of Xi'an, is said to be a vast underground complex, filled with treasures, rivers of mercury, and countless secrets. Ancient texts suggest the tomb is designed to replicate the emperor's imperial palace, complete with palatial rooms, servants, and even a model of the heavens. But the thing is, no one has dared to open the tomb. Why? Because historians believe it's incredibly dangerous. Shift tone to hint at the eerie unknown. The tomb is rumored to contain mercury rivers, a toxic substance that might have been used to represent flowing water in the emperor's underground world. And despite the discovery of the Terracotta Army, no one has dared to go any further inside, partly because of fears about the toxicity, and partly because the tomb is said to be heavily booby-trapped, just like any tomb of a ruler who wanted to protect his afterlife. Pause. Let it sink in. But what else could be buried inside? What other artifacts, treasures, or even knowledge might lie hidden beneath the surface, waiting to be discovered? Is there a secret chamber that holds the Emperor's ultimate secrets, perhaps knowledge lost to time? Some believe there could be scrolls, ancient scrolls that hold secrets about the creation of China itself, or even more about Qin Shi Huang's mysterious and often brutal reign. Reflective tone. For now, we can only imagine what's inside that tomb. But one thing is certain. Qin Shi Huang's tomb remains one of the most guarded and mysterious places on Earth. It's a locked room, buried deep underground, holding answers to questions we've been asking for centuries. Now that we've explored some of history's most enduring mysteries, there's one big question we need to ask. Why do these mysteries continue to capture our imaginations, generation after generation? Why do we remain so fascinated by things like the pyramids, the Voynich manuscript, or the dancing plague? Pause. Build anticipation. The truth is, mysteries have a way of pulling us in because they remind us that despite all our advancements, there's still so much we don't know. We live in a world where we can send rockets into space, communicate instantly with anyone on the planet, and even create artificial intelligence. But these mysteries, they remind us of how small we really are in the grand scheme of time. Shift to a more curious tone. You see, mysteries are the perfect blend of curiosity and uncertainty. They offer a puzzle, a challenge, and they force us to confront our own limits. The unanswered questions, like how the Antikythera mechanism was made or what happened to the lost colony of Roanoke, spark something deep inside us. They tap into our natural desire to solve problems and to discover what's hidden just beyond our reach. Tone deepens. And let's be honest, there's something deeply human about wanting to uncover the unknown. We all have that inner explorer, whether it's the curiosity to uncover the past or the thrill of solving something that's eluded us for centuries. These mysteries give us a sense of wonder and discovery, even if the answers remain locked away. Every time we hear a new theory or a new discovery, it feels like we're one step closer to solving a riddle that has stumped mankind for ages. Pause. Reflective. Maybe that's the true magic of history's greatest mysteries. They endure because they allow us to keep searching, to keep asking, and to keep dreaming about the unknown. They keep the door open to possibilities, and as long as we're curious, they will always hold our attention. Soft, concluding tone. So, perhaps these locked room mysteries of history will never have all the answers. But maybe that's exactly why they've lasted so long. They remind us of what it means to be human, always searching, always wondering, and always trying to unlock the mysteries of our past. As we come to the end of our journey through history's greatest mysteries, one thing is clear. These puzzles, these secrets, they're what keep us looking to the past with wonder. They remind us that there's so much more to uncover and that history is never truly finished. Even the greatest minds of the past left behind questions we can't yet answer. And maybe, just maybe, that's what makes them so unforgettable. Pause, inviting curiosity. Now, I want to hear from you. Which mystery fascinates you the most? Do you think we'll ever uncover the secrets of the Great Pyramids or crack the code of the Voynich manuscript? Drop your thoughts in the comments below. Let's keep this conversation going. Maybe you have your own theories or questions that we didn't touch on today. Slightly upbeat tone, encouraging engagement. And hey, if you enjoyed this dive into history's greatest locked room mysteries, don't forget to hit that like button and subscribe for more content just like this. We've got plenty more mind-bending stories to explore, and you won't want to miss the next one. Final, inviting. Until next time, keep wondering, keep exploring, and remember, some mysteries are meant to be locked, and it's our curiosity that keeps us searching for the key. Thanks for watching. If you enjoyed this video, hit that like button, subscribe, and ring the bell for more. Let me know your thoughts in the comments. I'd love to hear from you. See you in the next one. Bye for now.